Hey everybody, welcome back to the RGR Football channel. My name's Daniel Harms. Today, we're getting back into another rant video, but I want to start just by saying I don't know what is going on with me in terms of, we had my allergy issue. Now I feel like I have like a sinus cold or something. Whatever is in the air here in Missouri does not like me. It is attacking my nose and my sinuses, and I apologize because it's probably difficult to understand what I'm saying. And again, I'm very sorry, and I'm really looking forward to getting everything set up here. I bought some more stuff from RJ on Twitter. I got that coming in. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna get everything set up here. It's looking good. I am very excited about this, and obviously, we can't start this without really talking about the big thing that happened yesterday that came out. Our man Frank Clark with the biggest I don't care flex, I guess, in the world. I'm feeling like he's in real life Grand Theft Auto. We've all played, for the most part, I would assume, have played some form of Grand Theft Auto a little bit. I personally have played a lot of Grand Theft Auto 5. This kind of stuff you can't do in real life. And I think sometimes we just forget. Like we see something and we equate it to being in, GTA or whatever it is, but you're rolling down LA, wherever it is, in a Lamborghini with, I'll just use air quotes, allegedly an Uzi, an Uzi in an unzipped duffel bag. Now, there's been multiple different reports since this has come out, whether it's concealed, it's been reported as a possible concealed weapon, irregular traffic stop, which we all know probably isn't true. Also, that it's his bodyguard's weapon. This is something that is going to be a lot of different things to take on. But first, we're going to make fun of the situation because that's what I do on this kind of thing. And then we're going to get a little bit more serious about it. But you can't be rolling around anywhere. One, as a football player, you're like a beacon, homing beacon for police, driving a Lamborghini, first of all. And being in the spotlight and being a football player kind of draws that attention to you. Too, you shouldn't be doing it in the first place. There's no reason to have it in the trunk anyway. But like this isn't GTA. Like you didn't just hop online and just go to your mansion and your big hotel, whatever it is, and drop down into the car garage and just pop some weapons in there. You're not going for a heist or anything. Like what are we doing with this kind of stuff? It's not. It just seems to be one thing after another with some Chiefs player in the news. Now again, these are allegations. There haven't been charges brought yet. They're still disseminating information whether it's going to be put in form or not. So outside of actually making fun of the situation, because let's be real, if you're busted in March for a gun possession, essentially a gun charge, again 3 months later in June for the exact same thing, like what's got to be going through your head for that kind of stuff to happen? That's not, you can't be doing that. Like that's not what we can do in this situation. You have to be more self-aware. You have to be more aware of everything, especially when you're driving. You're driving around LA with signs essentially when you're driving a Lambo. It's like, hey, guess what? We got, just pull me over, essentially. But seriously though, let's talk a little bit about what we actually know about the situation. Like I said, there's been multiple things that have come out now. We don't know for sure if, we assume at this point, since it's been reported, it's been discussed that it's Frank Clark's bodyguard's weapon that was in the trunk. So whether he knew about it being there or not, it has yet to be shown. It's yet to be known by anybody. He did make bail yesterday, and that's really as much as we know about the situation. I assume they're going to look more into it. If anything is to come out of it, I believe that one, Frank has a lawyer, an attorney that's going to be looking into it as well. And to this point, there's nothing else has been disseminated. This is Tuesday, so as things trickle down, Ryan and I will keep you as informed as we can when it comes to this situation. But again, I have to think about driving a Lamborghini. my own personal thing, I would with let's just be real about it. With a checkered past like Frank Clark's, you have to. I feel like you'd have to be more aware of your surroundings. You have to kind of look in your car at all times when you're driving around, like before you go anywhere. I feel like this has to be some type of situation where being a little bit more self-aware can pay off in the situation because we all know that traffic stops happen for everybody, but normal ones like this don't happen all the time for a lot of other people. And I think that maybe this was not necessarily a normal traffic stop. That's all speculation. It's all just an opinion. I don't really know. It's more of just something that we've all seen over the last couple months come to fruition in terms of these traffic stops with some other some issues. So we'll just leave it at that. And I think that we can all assume safely that if you guys want to play with an Uzi, you guys can just log on to GTA 5 and I can get going with that because I've got that game logged in and we can get going. We can play a little bit, steal some cars on that in that situation in LA down there. So that can be lots of fun, but just kind of keep it on the Xbox there. But I'm gonna go into a different direction here because I saw a video on Twitter today of RG3 running a supposed 40-yard dash at a 4.32 when it looked like he was running like 5.5, slow, like jogging almost halfway. And if you actually go back and look at his combine time, he didn't run that fast. After all the injuries he's sustained, you're gonna sit here and tell me that not only are you truthful, because he also tweeted it out saying he actually ran it faster than that. You're telling me that as you got older, with the injuries you sustained, you have gotten faster. Sorry, buddy. I don't believe it. I don't buy it for a second because I watched him last year. I watched him when Lamar Jackson went out. We all saw that game against the Cowboys, the awful game that it was. Or was it the Cowboys or was it the Steelers? That game after the COVID nonsense that they had to deal with. I think it was maybe it was the Steelers. I don't remember. It was yes, it was the Steelers. Yes, it was. It was that Thursday or Wednesday game against Ravens against Steelers. That was awful. It was awful. Like he still had some bursts. Don't get me wrong, but he's not out there running a 4.27, a 4.32. That's not happening at his age and at his everything that's happened with his knees. It's not happening. You cannot tell me truthfully that you are telling everyone on Twitter you can still run that. It's not possible. It's not even. I don't believe the video doesn't even look close to it. It looks like he's jogging, like high stepping. Sometimes I don't know, man. The things that come out with Twitter nowadays are just absolutely ridiculous, and I think that we're kind of we all fall into this what's the word I'm looking for? We all fall into this like chasm of Twitter videos and just people want to detach themselves to the past, especially with guys like RG3. You're not going to be playing NFL quarterback ever, probably the rest of your life. I know that he's looking into a broadcast future. He did have I believe it was an interview tryout process. I think it was with Fox or CBS, and they were blown away by it. But again, like, come on, stop coming out here with these running videos of you saying that you're running faster than you did at the combine when you were in tip-top shape before you had these serious injuries. It's just not. I don't buy it, and it's not. It's just not realistic, guys. It's just not realistic. So I don't get what he thinks he can get away with putting it on Twitter and then backing it up saying he actually ran faster than what they're posting it as. I wouldn't believe in the first place. I really don't believe it. Not after you come out and say you ran a 4.27. Sorry, that's just not. It's not possible. It's not. And with speed comes one of the things that really has been bugging me about the Chiefs' offense. And yes, I know Sammy Watkins was there. They had Demarcus Robinson, who they trusted, and they wanted to get involved in the offense. I get everything that they were doing, but you've got two players, two guys who run 4.3 and under. Like what? That in and of itself should be a main focus of stretching the field vertically, horizontally, whenever you want to. McCole Hardman last year had 5 games with 60% of the offensive snaps played. That doesn't really cut it for me. I get that there's some issues with the playbook and understanding a route tree and where you need to be on the field. But you guys, the Chiefs offense has such speed on it that you have to be able to utilize it more often. When you're watching the offense sometimes and you see DeMarcus out there with essentially a hobbled Sammy and Travis Kelsey and Tyreek Hill, you got two guys that get open all the time, and then everyone else just didn't really do it. And you have a guy in McCall Hardman who, at the very least, can take top off defenses routinely. He can do it all the time. You can get him the ball behind the line of scrimmage. He was actually more efficient this past year on rushes than he was the year before. And they didn't use him enough in that element. He had 4 rushes all year, I think. And honestly, if you really want to screw with defenses, put him and Tyreek Hill behind the line of scrimmage. You can put Clyde or the running back as that slot and just put those two in the backfield, or just have one run jet sweeps and crossing patterns all day. The speed that they have, it has to be utilized, and you have to have him on the field more than 60% of the snaps on a regular basis. I do believe that's going to change going forward, but we can't just sit here and ignore that one of the big reasons that the Chiefs lost that Super Bowl was Patrick Mahomes' first reads were being shut down. They were playing physical, and they were not letting people get off the line of scrimmage. If you just put Tyreek Hill and McCole Hardman on the same side of the offensive line, slot and out wide, and then have Travis Kelsey on the other side with Sammy Watkins or whatever you want to do. You have multiple things that you can do that can really screw with the defense, even one that's playing as physical as they are. And I know that people really look at that, that game, and we take away the offensive line. We know the offensive line was bad. But if you could have played with more speed, getting the ball out a little bit quicker, obviously getting the ball out quicker would have helped Mahomes a lot. But the speed element, especially the reason you brought in McCole Hardman in the first place, outside of the fact that you may have been planning for time without Tyreek Hill, he's now on the team, and the speed that those two bring it's something that you can't really mess around with. Defenses have to respect it, and I know that both of them got beat up at times in the offense, at the point of attack and at the line of scrimmage, but that's not going to always happen. Like, you're going to be able to get the miss and be able to make teams pay for that kind of thing. So I think this year we're going to see the offense take a next step forward with the level of speed that they're playing with the offensive line provided for Patrick Mahomes, and using McCole Hardman more in terms of not just stretching the field or as a decoy, but actually as an intermediate thrower. The one play that I really remember from his career so far is the catch against the Tennessee Titans in the first game that they played with Mahomes back from injury, that kneecap injury for the first time, where he just blew away from everybody after he made that catch. After obviously Mahomes said it was the jump pass. We all know the jump pass. It was McCole Hardman who made it possible. He was split second open. Mahomes threw it to him open, and McCole just ran away from everybody. They're going to be able to do it this year. I really believe that he's going to take a step forward in terms of being used and utilized better from the offense and more efficiently. So I really hope to see that come to fruition. And the very last thing, like I said, I am so sorry about this nose, and I really hope that it's not so bad for you guys, because it feels like I'm talking through a funnel almost, and I really despise that. I apologize very much. And I love this football, by the way. It looks really nice in the shot. We have the Jamal Charles picture, my family picture. These are going to change too. So I appreciate you guys joining me today. I can't wait to get into this McCole Hardman film review for you guys. I'm going to do that next week. It's going to be done, and I'm so excited to get through it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you guys want to hear something next time for a rant or even just a regular video that I can do, just let me know. Let me know in the comment section. I appreciate it. You guys have a great day.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.